Welcome to Memorial Stadium. I'm Clint Rovis alongside Ron Powell. We're both from the Journal-Star. Coming Monday and Tuesday, 5 short days here. The Nebraska State High School Football Championship Finals here on Tom Osborne Field starting Monday. So let's get right into it, starting Monday morning.
Monday morning, 10:15 a.m., the Class D1 State Championship game. Undefeated South Loop, 12-0. East Butler, 10-2. Should be a good matchup. Great quarterbacks in this game.
Yes.
Jack Rush from South Loop. I mean, he's got tons of total offensive yards.
Yes.
Threat to run, threat to throw. You know, he's about 6'4", so, you know, he's a good-looking athlete. And then, of course, East Butler has Dalton Bohawk. He's done it all for East Butler as well this year, you know, with Carter Stera going down with that knee injury. You know, Dalton's had to pick up a little bit more of the run game, and of course he's been real good throwing the ball this season, and he's been a force on defense as well. So
yeah, and East Butler back in the state finals since the days of the Makovica boys running around. So
yeah, a lot of football tradition up there at East Butler.
Yep.
The D2 championship game is right after that. 2:45 p.m. 2 undefeated teams.
Yes.
Got Blue Hill 12-0, BDS 12-0, and you know those two schools are not that far apart. But BDS's district kind of went east, and Blue Hill went west.
Gotcha.
So they never played during the regular season. But you know, you look on paper, this could be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah.
BDS, they've got more work to do. They beat Fall City Sacred Heart in that semifinal game. Obviously a big win because that was the team that eliminated them last year, but they've got to be ready to play a Blue Hill team that has been pretty impressive all year, and they won some close games here in the playoffs. They do have one common opponent, which I think is worth noting. Blue Hill beat Lawrence Nelson 40-24 regular season, and BDS had a tough game with Lawrence Nelson, at least for the first half. I know that was a close game at halftime, but ended up winning that 36-6. So, you know, this could be a very competitive game. You know, Blue Hill has a very good multi-talented quarterback in John Rouse. He can run, throw, and of course BDS is just so physical up front. Holden Stengel, John Christensen. I mean, they really hit Sacred Heart hard. There were some really big hits in that game.
Yeah.
So, and then of course 7:15
prime time,
the matinee game, the Class B game that night is Omaha Skutt, who knocked off #1 Gretna in the semifinals against York, 11-1, and they knocked off the 2-time defending state champion in the semifinals. So you've got two teams coming in here that have a whole lot of momentum.
Yes.
And once again, you've got two teams too that love to hit.
Yeah. And they're both playing well, and I mean, York has been mighty impressive in what they've done up front on both sides of the ball the last 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, you know, when you got Massery, Mapu in the middle, I mean, that just sets everything up for everybody else. And, you know, Omaha Skutt has a fullback linebacker by the name of Jake Archer that everybody needs to come out and see. I mean, this kid can hit. He's very physical. He's a good runner. And then, of course, you know, York, they've got all kinds of superstars. You know, they got 2,000-yard rushers in Simon Audi and Garrett Snodgrass. And, of course, Garrett could throw the ball if he needs to. You know, Brady Danielson's a very, very good receiver. So, you know, York can mix it up if they have to. So, and then Tuesday, 10:15 is going to be the Class C1 championship game. Rematch from during the regular season. Boone Central Newman Grove against #1 Norfolk Catholic, 12-0. Norfolk Catholic won that game during the regular season, 48-35. I'm guessing that Jeff Beller will not want a score in that range this time. I mean, that's what Boone Central's going to want. They're going to want a wide open game, you know, with their quarterback Dylan Gentrup. He's got over 3,600 yards of total offense this season, running and throwing. So he's going to put a lot of pressure on that Norfolk Catholic defense. Of course, Norfolk Catholic, geez, you know, two of the best juniors in the state, regardless of class, and Dylan Kotz, the running back, and Ethan Piper, you know, he's 6'5", 275. Very good lineman. I got to think a lot of Power 5 conference schools may be recruiting him before it's all said and done. So that one gets us started. And then we got another rematch in the Class C2 state title game, and it's UTAN 9-3 against Centennial, #1, 12-0. And of course, UTAN started the season 0-3.
Yeah, another one of those teams that's playing incredibly well here in the last 3 weeks.
Right, and one of those losses came to Centennial, 28-25, in a game that could have went either way.
Okay.
So, you know, UTAN last year lost to Centennial in the regular season and then beat them in the first round of the playoffs. So they're kind of hoping to repeat the same pattern this time. Of course, UTAN has Colton Feist?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know how to spell it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to have to ask Colton after the game. So, and then Brylan Minichucci.
We'll go with that again. We'll have to double check on those.
But Brylan's, you know, he's breakaway threat. He's had a lot of long runs in the playoffs, and that's going to be the first priority for Centennial, is keeping him under control and not letting him get loose. And of course, Centennial has quarterback Wyatt Ehlers, you know, very good quarterback. He ran the ball against Lincoln Lutheran. You know, he's probably more known for throwing. And then, of course, Gavin Avery has kind of stepped into that running back spot, and he's rushed for 1,200 yards this year. So Centennial is a different team than when they played UTAN the first time. So
and you could probably say UTAN's a little different.
They're much different, you know. Class A game is going to cap it all off. You got 11-1 Omaha North against 12-0 Kearney. Kearney was #1. Omaha North was #1 until they lost their last regular season game against Pius down here in Lincoln. But, you know, they've bounced back.
Yeah.
You know, the 1-2 punch of Milton Sargbaugh and Xander Gray, you know, between those two, there's about 3,700 yards of rushing this year. And, of course, Milton's the breakaway threat, and Xander's more of the power guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a, you know, a different...
Thunder and lightning.
Thunder and lightning. And, you know, Kearney's probably got the best defense.
Okay.
In Class A.
Okay. Interesting.
They've shut just about everybody down. They did a great job against Westside in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, a high-powered Westside offense.
Exactly. You know, and Kearney's been in these tight situations. They won the semifinal with a late field goal.
Last second field goal. Yeah.
You know, Kearney, you know, it's just one of those teams that they just don't have a weakness.
Interesting.
You know, they can run the ball, they can throw it. Obviously, they're a great defensive team.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of ways that they can beat you.
Yeah. So they have a tough task in shutting down Gray and Sargbaugh. So we'll see if they're up to it. I'm
guessing they're going to load the box and you know, see what happens. But obviously up front they can match up with anybody in the state.
Gotcha. All right. So should be 6 great games. They usually generally always are. So it's the state finals. It's what you play for. We'll be there Monday and Tuesday, and you know, in the days leading up to, we'll have, you know, some features and advanced coverage of Mondays and Tuesdays finals. And then Monday and Tuesday we'll be there, live chat through the games. You know, they're on TV, watch them, but keep track on what's going on the Twitters and whatnot. And we'll have photos, game stories, features, some video highlights, everything. So be sure to check us out on Monday and Tuesday, journalstar.com/prep extra, and thanks for watching.